Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're back out here at Infiniti of Flemington to give you this newly designed, refreshed, and tech updated 2026 Infiniti QX60. This is the top autograph trim, all-wheel drive, new color for QX60. This is called Deep Emerald, saddle brown, semi-aniline leather, all the bells and whistles on this top trim. So we're going to go through this QX60, and if you're looking for that premium mid-size three-row SUV with this redesign, does this QX60 fit the bill for you? You can let me know as we go through this SUV. So let's dig in. The front end of this design refreshed QX60 in the deep emerald color, nice dark green. Right off the bat, we got a full spread of LED lighting up front. Change up on the design of the headlight housing and the daytime running lamps and turn signals. Looking good. As we come across the front now, we have this waterfall type grille. They call this bamboo on the front. That's at least what Infiniti wants you to see in this front grille. It is gloss black, the Infiniti badge right in the middle, smoked chrome around the grille rather than the regular chrome, which I think is a good idea. Flat black down below, decorative side air curtain vents. As we come around to the wheel and tire package on this autograph, it's a 20-inch aluminum alloy wheel with the Infiniti badge on the center cap. These wheels are wrapped in Bridgestone Alenza all-season tires, 255 on the width of 50 series sidewall 20s, all four corners, all-wheel drive. Moving on out, here is the full side profile. I do like this deep emerald color. I think it looks cool, especially with the two-tone black roof. But we do have flat black around the wheel wells and down along the bottom of the doors. And I think on an autograph trim, we probably should have that body color, but you let me know what you think. Coming in here, we're going to go gloss black side view mirror caps, LED turn signals, 360-degree view cameras, color match front and rear door handle. Down along the bottom of the doors, we do have the Infiniti in the smoked chrome, which I think is a nice touch. So we come over the back, left side fuel filler cap, but again, more smoked chrome trim on the lower parts of the window with autograph right there on the back. And then you have your gloss black two-tone roof spoiler coming off the top, shark fin antenna, gloss black on the roof rails, and a panoramic sunroof. And then over the back, the roof spoiler coming off the top, the wiper still down below on the glass, didn't move that. And then a full spread of LED lighting in the back. Not much of a rear end tweak, but we did lose the Infiniti badge off the back, and now it just spells Infiniti out. Again, in that darker color with QX60 all-wheel drive on the bottom right of the tailgate. Then down below, we're going to have some flat black trim, and then the exhaust is tucked up underneath the rear of the vehicle. We're under the hood of this design refreshed QX60 for 26, but the power plant didn't change. Infiniti's still giving you the 2-liter variable compression turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine, mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission, 268 horsepower, 286 pound-feet of torque. This vehicle can tow up to 6,000 pounds. MPGs, 22 in the city, 27 on the highway, 24 combined. And at this price point, folks, I just don't know if this is the right move. I probably would have gone back to the V6 that was in here through 24, but you let me know what you think. All right, before we get into the interior, you're going to want to know, Mike, how much? Well, here we go. Top trim action brings the top trim price. So base price, 26, QX60 autograph all-wheel drive, $66,150. This vehicle's got a few options on it, including almost $1,700 for this deep emerald paint, which is a ton of money. Once we add that in, and a destination and delivery charge of $1,350 from Infiniti Smyrna, Tennessee assembly plant, we have a total vehicle MSRP from the factory of $69,895. So essentially 70 grand. And now you know why I'm concerned about this engine choice. Starting with the driver door panel, we'll move in closer, and we're going to go with the black soft touch material across the top, light gray cross stitch, open pore wood. That's real wood in here, nice and dark, with 2 memory seat settings into the brushed aluminum on the door handle. Then you have the saddle, leather with the stitching, feels nice and soft, flat black on the switchgear with power fold side view mirrors in and out. As we come on down, the 20 speaker Klipsch sound system is in here, good sized door pocket into our foot box. Nice large dead pedal brake and accelerator floor mats in the rear of the vehicle at this time. Illuminated door sill plates to say Infiniti to welcome you to the vehicle. Full power with lumbar for the driver and the front passenger, and memory seats, massage seats for both front passengers as well. We'll check that out here in a few minutes. Then the saddle brown semi-aniline leather with the stitching and the piping and the quilted insert design. Bolstering feels soft. Headrest feels soft, and you got more Klipsch speakers in the headrests. Front passenger door panel, same action as the driver with the memory seat settings as well. Up onto the dash, we're going to have black soft touch with the light gray stitching, that dark open pore wood right across the top, and then the saddle brown semi-aniline leather with the quilted design and the cross stitch on here. And then we're going to have some gloss black and brushed aluminum into your heat and air vent, and down below we have a large glove box. Now as we come on over to the infotainment screen, this is angled up towards the roof of the vehicle to cut down on glare, but we have the updated system that we see in the QX80 is now in the QX60, and it has wireless CarPlay, Android Auto, great pinch to zoom capability with this Google Assistant system, and we have all of our controls over here. We have some widgets down below, and then we have more controls for redundancy purposes underneath. So up here, we can get our home button where you have your maps up, your Bluetooth, your devices, add a new device, go to device connections. You can do your Wi-Fi hotspot right from here, add your devices right from there. So that's good. You can swipe across nice and quick. Here's your apps that you can go ahead and access from here. Connections, your user profile, your camera system, what do you want to have on, and then move it over again, and here's your massage, which we'll show you in a minute, and then back to the rest of your home screen. You have maps, you have your music right here, and your source, where you have HD, AM, FM, Sirius XM, Bluetooth, Amazon Alexa, all that right in there. Again, Bluetooth your phone, the Google Assistant voice commands right there, and then all of your apps right here, where you can go through everything, including your Infiniti app to hook up the vehicle with your smartphone. It's called InTouch Services, as well as the Play Store and everything else in here. So they have that set up for you. And then down here, let's go back to home. Down here we have some widgets. So this one right here, hit that, and that's going to be your equalizer for your speakers, as well as your vehicle hotspot and day-night on this system, right? Brighten it or dim it out. I'm going to get this a little bit brighter so we can see it better. And there you have it. So that's where that is. And then you have, again, this settings that takes you right in to the list of all your settings where you can get your general settings up, clock, system language, units, that sort of thing. Or you can go to your vehicle settings and you can adjust your cameras right here and how you want those to behave. Vehicle color. You can go ahead and select what vehicle color you want to see in your camera. Well, we have a green, so let's put green on. Let's make sure that stayed, and we'll see if it looks green when we take a look at our 360-degree view cameras. And then you have your seat, where you can adjust your seats and your massage settings. So they have all that set up for you in there, and then we can go back out and you're back to all settings. Then you can go back to home. So now if we go to reverse, there's a super clear 360-degree view backup camera, and as you can see now, our Infiniti QX60 is green like we set up and not white. So that is kind of cool. And then you have different settings right here, rear automatic braking as well. The trajectory lines all look good, super clear. So great upgrade here in this camera technology for this vehicle. And then we're going to go back to park We can get out of here, and we're back to the beginning. Now, the massage seats, before I forget, the switch is right down here on the seat like I showed you earlier. So if you push that button down and then look on here on your infotainment screen, you can go ahead and click adjust. And from here, you can adjust the intensity, the speed, and whether you want relaxing, refreshing, or a lumbar. And it's for the driver and the front passenger just by turning it on or off using that toggle switch. So nicely done. I do like that. And I have it on now. Feels pretty good. So that's where they have that action. Now, as we come down further, we have more heat and air vents. And then we have this gloss black panel. Not in love with the choice, but it's the same as it was in the outgoing QX60, where you have your volume. You have the controls for your dual climate. You have heated ventilated seats and a heated steering wheel. Now, this is not haptic feedback. You can hear it click when you turn them on. But it's gloss black, so you're going to be very careful for scratches, fingerprints, dust on this panel. Four-way hazards are up here as well. But at least they have the redundancies in place. Down further, wireless charging pad with a couple of USB-Cs. Then the gear shift to go through this 9-speed automatic transmission, push button start, drive modes. We'll check those out when we go through the dash. Engine auto stop start on or off. Electric brake, auto vehicle hold. Here is the dial to go through this infotainment system. If you don't want to use the touch screen, 2 cup holders with a trim ring, your Infiniti key fob right here. Nice design. Remote start, lock, unlock, pop the tailgate, panic button. Says Infiniti on the back as well. And then we have our super soft armrest. We can open that up, and we have a much larger area for storage and a 12 volt, and it's a floating center console. So underneath you have rubberized area on the bottom to store even more stuff. The updated steering wheel here in this QX60, black leather, light gray stitching, the updated Infiniti badge right here pointing to Infiniti. That's the idea. Actually, it looks more like goggles now. What do you see in the blotch? So we have a flat bottom wheel to help you get in and out of this QX60, but it's a huge passenger cabin. No problem getting in and out at 5'11". Flat black on the switchgear where you're going to have the controls for the digital dash, seek for your music, volume. On the right, adaptive cruise, safety suite controls, telephone voice commands. We do have paddles to go up and down this 9-speed automatic manually if you would like. On the left side, headlight controls, turn signals, high beams. On the right side, we have our front and rear wiper. Over here on the left, that is your steering assist, and that is like a semi-autonomous function, but you have to be out on the highway. Here's your head-up display control right here, and then you have your popped tailgate, and we do have an electric tilting that moves very quickly and telescoping wheel. And then we do have our digital dash. So let's check out the drive modes, where we're going to have tow, snow, eco, auto, and sport. So I think we'll leave that in sport for today, or you can go across the bottom, depending on what you want to see when you're going down the road. So it's pretty simple, very familiar layout in this new one. Overhead console, if you want your dome lighting to come on and off, you open and close the door. This button right here with the picture of the car is pushed in with the orange light left on. When you open the door, the lighting comes on, close the door, lighting will dim out. SOS button in case there is an emergency on the road, spot for your shades right there. And then we have the switches for the panoramic roof. So this one here is the shade, so you can hit that. Shade will go back all the way over the mid-row seats. After your second touch, very similar to a Ford operation on their panoramic roof, and then this switch does the glass. Glass will go back, wind buffer comes up, then you can close up the glass right there, or if you want to tilt it, you just have to push that button up towards the roof. It tilts up or tilts down, and then you can close the shade. Here it comes. Stops halfway, and then all the way back. So there you have that. Now, rear view mirror. We have a frameless rear view mirror with the magic button, digital rear view mirror. Home link underneath the left side. Underneath the right is the controls for your digital rear view camera. Raise and lower the camera for your eye line, zoom in or zoom out. Sun visor with vanity and a light, should be LED. Does it slide? Yes, it does. Getting into the mid-row of this QX60, but first the rear door panel, same action as the front, right? Same use of materials, security shades on each back door, the black, the open pore wood, the saddle brown leather, the clipped speakers, nice consistency of design front to back. We also have the illuminated door sill plates on the back doors as well. Now I have the seat set for my driving position, so let's get on into this captain's chair. Sits up a little bit higher than the front seats. So if you're probably 6 foot or taller, you may have to duck. You may have to be careful of your head. But once I'm in, plenty of room for my head, shoulders, and knees at 5'11". We do have the semi-aniline leather stops, and we have a less expensive leather down the back of this. So we have a plastic back with a leather cover, but it's not the semi-aniline leather. And then we have a seat pocket behind the driver and the front passenger. And then in the back, we have rear climate control with 3-stage heated seats. Should have ventilated seats in here for 70 grand, 2 USB-Cs, and a home power source. And then the captain's chairs, again, in the semi-aniline leather with the quilted design and the piping. And then this center console area with an area for storage and 2 cup holders. So overall, it is pretty comfortable here in the mid-row. Getting into row number 3, we just have this button at the seat base of the captain's chair. You hit it, and it just pops right out of the way for you. Gets out of the way, no problem. Now you can just jump right in. And here in the back seats, we do have the same color combo with the not semi-aniline leather, the less expensive leather, but it's still in here. Now, I might have said 3 across, it's 2 across because you have a spot here for your phone. And then we have 2 cup holders and USB right there. And then on the left side, just like the outgoing one, cup holders, no USB. So with 2 on the right side, I'm going to have to string my cord across my buddy. Never been a fan of that from Infiniti. I don't know why that didn't change. And then in the back, this seat is set way back, but I still have enough room for my head, shoulders, knees are a little high. So enough room here in row number 3. And if I need to get out by myself because there was nobody here to begin with, I have the escape hatch button right here. I just push that and the seat will move forward and I can let myself out. Getting into the cargo area of this refreshed QX60, it's a power liftgate. You can pop it from the key fob, you can pop it from the dash. You have a hands-free option, or you can come to the back and right above the N in Infiniti, there's a button. You hit it, beeps a couple of times. Nice electric assist on the way up. Nice electric assist on the way down using this button. All rows up 14.5 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this QX60. And then we do have more storage underneath this panel. And then we do have a spare underneath the vehicle and behind the tow hitch. So thank you, Infiniti, for the spare. And we do have some tie downs. We have a 12 volt back here as well. But to get the 3rd row down, you have to let the headrest down and you have to push them forward with your hands. Oops, forgot to let the headrest down. Now with the 3rd row down, 41.6 cubic feet of cargo space. And you can power them back up by hitting these buttons. So it is a manual down and a power back up. Infiniti's reason, safety. We don't want to have the power down and crush somebody that's sitting in the 3rd row that people forgot about. That's at least their idea behind that, but there you have it. And now to get the mid row down, we still can't drop that from the tailgate area. That's something Infiniti still hasn't dealt with. And here we go. We just pull this, seat goes down, go around to the other side. Pull this up, seat goes down. And now with the 3rd row and the mid-row captain's chairs down, we're looking at 75.6 cubic feet of cargo space in the back of this QX60. Window sticker time, here we go. 26 Infiniti QX60 autograph all-wheel drive. Standard equipment, left and right. Options: the cargo package, splash guards, and that big charge for the paint. Total vehicle MSRP $69,895. It's a lot of money. MPG estimates. Government safety ratings not done yet. Final assembly, Smyrna, Tennessee. Take this baby out for a spin. We're out on the road in this 2026 Infiniti QX60 autograph. I had to do a voiceover as the GoPro camera did not work during this session. So right off the bat, we got great visibility out of all the glass. Nice digital rear view mirror for an unobstructed view out the rear of the vehicle. Nice large side view mirrors, blind spot monitoring, cross traffic alert, lane keep assist, pre-collision, all that action in here for safety, as well as LED lighting up front and out back for safety as well. We also have nice tight handling, so it's tight and it's right. A little weight to it, which makes it a really nice driver type handling SUV, which I like. And we have a very well-tuned chassis, as well-tuned suspension as well. It drives well down the road, very smooth, easy going over the bumps, no issues there at all. Now, the only issue I really have with this vehicle on this redesign is the interior is so nice, the suspension is so well damped, and we have a 2-liter turbo 4 and a $70,000 vehicle, which for me doesn't make a whole lot of sense at this price point, given the competition is all running turbocharged V6 engines or V8 engines at this price point. So it makes it difficult to compete with this VC turbo engine rather than the V6, which they removed from the QX60 after the 2024 model year. So I'd like to see them get back to something, at least giving me an option for the V6 in the upper level trims. If you want to give me the VC turbo in the lower level trims, I could handle that as well. But what makes that problematic for Infiniti is that the V6 is still a standard engine in the Pathfinder, and even with this mid-cycle refresh, that's going to happen on the Pathfinder as well. It's still going to have the V6 rather than the VC turbo. So that's something to think about when you're going down the road in this vehicle at a $70,000 price point for this VC turbo engine and this QX60. Now, as we come around and we make our turn to the left, again, it takes off really, really well. A little bit of delay on the turbochargers to get this VC turbo up to speed. So it's really up to you to decide how you want to handle this, but it goes over the bumps really, really well. It handles well. It feels good on the road. Nice open and airy passenger cabin. The head-up display, very clear, nice big letters, giving me my speed on the road and the speed limit on the road. So that's a good deal as well. As we come down here, we're going to test out our turning radius on this vehicle, which is at 19.7 feet. So not really wide, but not really narrow. So you're probably right in the middle as far as in the segment. But on this narrow country road, there's no way we're going to make a complete turnaround. We're going to have to do a K-turn. And as you can see, we have the nice 360-degree view cameras now as we back up. So that looks good as well. And then we're going to take off down the road and off we go. And again, we have a very, very noisy VC turbo drive line. Now we're going to move it on over to sport mode, and then we're going to put this thing in the manual and we'll shift with the paddles and we'll see how that does. Unfortunately, you're not going to be able to hear any engine noise because of the GoPro microphone failure. So you're going to have to rely on the description in this voiceover, where we're going to have, again, a very noisy takeoff. There's a delay until the turbos spool up. Then it hits, Then you get going down the road. We're going to try it a second time. And again, as we hit it, boom, a bit of a delay, and then the turbos spool up and the vehicle kicks into power. So it is one of those engines that, again, I think would be better off with the either naturally aspirated V6 or it's a turbocharged V6 in the QX80. And if you don't want to go that far, you still have that twin turbo 3-liter V6 you used in the Q50 Red Sport 400 you can put in here to get it some more performance rather than this VC turbo 4-cylinder. So you let me know what you think about those options and what should happen with this engine and if you would buy this. So as we start heading back down the dealership, you let me know. QX60 for 26. What do you think about this redesign? Do you like it? Do you not like it? This is the top trim autograph. Your trim levels for 26 are going to be the base pure trim. Then you're going to have the luxe trim. Then you're going to have a sport trim, and then the top autograph trim. So if we're going to do a QX60S, why not bring back that twin turbo 3-liter V6 and give this thing 400 horsepower, 350 pound-feet of torque, and give it some more spunk? You let me know. Put in the comments what you would do. Do you like this 26 design refresh, or is it not going to do it for you? And maybe with the next fully redesign, we'll get something with a better power plant. I don't know. You let me know what you think. But would you spend the money on this vehicle? 70 grand's a whole lot of dough. Or are you going to the competition in this very, very, very segment that is very, very crowded with competition? You let me know. Put it in the comments. But I do want to thank Infiniti of Flemington for allowing the channel access to this brand new 2026 Infiniti QX60 autograph in dark emerald for review today. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like. Please also consider subscribing and turning on that notification bell so you never miss another Shabby's Rides video. And I'll see all of you on the rebound. Take care, everyone.